Ladies and gentlemen, to Dark and Light. I have some explaining to do. I was just doing the first edit of the videos you're about to see, and I didn't make clear what was actually going on. Snail Games introduced their 72-hour decay timer, which means if you don't log into your base for 72 hours, all your worldly possessions, with the exception of your tames, disappear. That caused quite a lot of controversy. Cuttychan, the server admin, tried to offset that by altering the timer. Unfortunately, he went the wrong way and caused everything to disappear in a considerably shorter time. Honest mistake, couldn't be helped. He apologised profusely. It was done. So I started rebuilding. It then happened a second time. It's one of those things, and that's the second build you see. It's a little confusing in the video because it was a confusing time. People were running around like headless chickens trying to save as much of their stuff as they possibly could before it all despawned. But unfortunately, it was kind of the beginning of the end of this server. So I think I've explained that. I hope you understand what was going on as the video unfolds. So let's get into the video. The bug with the health on, there we go, Elementals has been fixed, and he's a full 161. Terrific, that's great. So let's do this. 161. Just check on the spelling of that. That's the wrong way around. O'Brien 2. In memory of my little one I got killed last night. Pooh. Alright mates, you have some of this. We'll get rid of you. Bonk. And then you can unfollow. Right then, let's take him back to base. Right, we're back at base, all safe and sound. Let's have a quick look at the statisticals. So it's got 3,456.1 health, 225.6 attack, 290 mana, don't know how relevant that is, 700 stamina, that's going to need work, and 675 weight, that's not bad at all. Right then, let's take him out and get some levels on him. I'm sure many of you know about this. This is what I've become to call Rock Beach. There's a serious overspawning problem here, but it's also a really good place to level, because you just stand here, all hell's going to break out now. I mean, I got virtually got very few frames. Gonna have to keep an eye on his stamina. But we may have to bug out in a second because his stamina's going down quite a lot. But this is really good. It's a little bit crazy. Yeah, he's got to watch his stamina. I mean, we could sit the way it is now with this overspawn as it is now. You could sort of sit here all day doing this, except his stamina won't last much longer. So we may have to take a few digs while the stamina comes back. But they're only rocks, so they're not going to do us a lot of damage. This is crazy. Also, his weight's going up quite a lot because he's got a lot of meat and bone, and I think the height will be on him. But if you want to get levels quick, this is the way to do it, till they fix it. Hello. You may be wondering where I am and what I'm doing where I am and why I am where I am. Well, I came out here onto the plains. Obviously this is the top of the Nidhogg Trap. I came out of the plains to do a bit, well, just for a bit of change of scenery and to do a little bit of levelling on O'Brien Mark II. And I was just running around biting stuff, and this Nidhogg attached itself to me and wouldn't go away. So I bit it a couple of times and it bit me a couple of times, and I was thinking this is doing more damage than I think it should. And I was wondering, have they beefed these up as well? Because they beefed up the new patch has beefed up the dark creatures. All the dark creatures are now a serious matter. But as it turns out, no, they hadn't beefed it up, because I think you just saw it. There it is. It's a 112, and that's why it was biting me that much. I was in two minds. I wasn't sure if I wanted to commit to another really long tame, because these are an hour plus tame, even with R rates. And I think R rates are at 8 times now. And there's no real way around it. As you can see, his wildness, his taming effectiveness is shot to bits. That's bugged, they know about that. Even if I was to stick some fine meat in there, it'd make very little or no difference. Oh, there you go. Hello, son. So, oh well, he was in the. I got him in the trap because he wouldn't go away. He wouldn't leave me alone. I was running all over the place. He just wouldn't go away. So I thought, okay, son, if you want to do this, we'll do this. So I dragged him in here, and he went out surprisingly easy. I'd only got 100 arrows on me. I wasn't actually out here to do any taming. I'd just got like, the 100 arrows on me, and O'Brien Mark II hadn't got any arrows on him at all. He just got some meat. So I put 100 arrows in him. Of that, I think I probably missed about 10 or 12 that didn't count, either missed or didn't count, and I ran out of arrows. And so up there behind me, you can just see that little hole in the rocks behind. That's where the lodge is. So oh, that cat's got to go. So I put 100 arrows into this fella. That was not what I meant to do. Put 100 arrows into this fella. And then thinking, right. So I dashed up to the lodge, got another 150. Didn't really need 150. You're only level 40, you need to go away. What are you? You're an 88, you can go away as well. So I put another, what, I've got 91, so that was 59 arrows. Again, I probably missed, or I didn't count a few of those. So maybe we'll say 20 overall, use 159, so let's say, we'll say 140 arrows to knock this one out. So that's not too bad, I was quite pleased about that. So anyway, oh yeah, that ramp you may have noticed, that's a new addition. I think Courtney put that in. So I'm over here, and I'm not going to be here for a while. So the sky went all dark and red, and I was getting worried because the apocalypse event. And as I was saying, the dark creatures, that's the dark wraiths, the dark things, and the other things, they're pretty serious going there now. I mean, I was over getting some shards earlier on. I was on Chris, I think I was, Chris the Griffin. Oh, there's Meg. I was on Meg the Griffin. I was over in the fields. There's 2 farm fields, and this level 44 dark wraith came out of nowhere and just crash bang wallop, 2 hits, done me. But fortunately, Chris was on neutral, so he just sort of hopped in the air and stayed there, and I dashed back with another bird and just grabbed Chris, lured the dark wraith away, and got my stuff back. But they're doing about 123 to 140, I think, damage, something like that. And I did attack a couple of the dark wind elementals, and they nearly killed Chris, a Griffin. So they're not a joke anymore. They're to be taken seriously. But anyway, I'm going to be here for quite a period of time. So there's a meter coming down there. So I'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. So, and we're back again, and as you can see, we've only got one more bite to go, and there he goes. Outstanding. Fine meat made an awful lot of difference. It sped it up tremendously. Right. Yeah, well, it's all going to go off anyway, so we'll just demolish that. So a quick gander at your stats. Stats. 1870 health, 1280 stamina, 260 mana, well, who cares? 579.6 weight and 205.9 melee. Not bad, not bad. We'll see how he scales up. I have to think of a name for him. So we've got Bludger, we've got Nidge. Maybe we should call him Nudger? I don't know. not my strong point. Right then, I'm going to get this fella home and probably take one of the saddles off the lowest one. Yeah, I think they're just too expensive to make for all and sundry. Right then, see you back at base. Yeah, and we're back. And after our slight little hiccup with the timers and the destruction timers, abandoned buildings or whatever you want to call it, we got it all sorted out. Unfortunately, of course, everything was lost, not just for me, but Courtney and Myanmar. Moonstone, she had the foresight to build a mansion, and that the destruction timers didn't really affect that, which good for her. But I need some food. Losing all that stuff was a blow, without doubt. But the upside being, I get to rebuild, and to that end, I have got a lot of stuff. We got all this stuff done. Hopefully it's enough. It's not going to be. It never is. I was sort of happy with the old base, its general shape, but I think I said the gate on the one end, which is this side, was not in line with the gate on the other side, this side, of the dumbbell shape, and it wasn't in the right place. It was bugging me, but I just couldn't be doing with changing it all again. Also, I was on for a bit last night, and we got Brian here. It was a 116. He was chasing a rock around in circles for ages, so I sort of panicked and remade the trap. But for some weird reason, the gate would not snap to the foundations the way it had done before. It snapped lengthwise. See, I wanted it. Okay, Bri, there you go, mate. You stay there. I wanted it as it is now, but it would only snap lengthways down, and it was sending me doolally tap. I just couldn't figure out what's going on. So I built the trap. I'm just going to plonk the gate on the end as per, because I wanted to get this 116 griffin that was fluttering around, and I wasn't sure how long it was going to stay where it was going to stay, and I just got a wyvern in the trap. Can the wyvern fly out? I don't think so. I think the wyvern's stuck. Be a decent level. No, you're not. Oh well, I will open the gate, so if and when it decides to fly out, it can get out. That's a shame. Do you know what? Just for the heck of it, let's put a couple of arrows in him and see what happens. We'll go here and bump. Bump. Is he going to try and... he might just stay where he is, because I think he's basically stuck. Are you stuck, boy? You're stuck, aren't you? Well, whatever. So anyway, this is not... I ended up putting a whole load of foundations around this end and running around in circles and getting quite frustrated and not a little bit annoyed. But yeah, you're just going to stay there, aren't you? But eventually I got it sort of where I wanted it. It's not where I want it, it's not where it should be. As you can see, I managed to plonk a wall to block it there, and I had to go on top and plonk some ceilings, and it was all sorts of a mess. I can't do anything about this gap, because if I'm just not going to remove the gate now. The gate's going to stay as it is. I just no more. But it's rebuild time. Oh yeah, let's have a quick look at Brian. So it was 116. I managed to drag it down there. One of my old, one of my other griffins, and it was just a simple, straightforward tame. Once you got the trap up and set, it was 9. It's now 10 long instead of the 9 long I originally had. We got him in, and Brian was a 173. I used the Carno feed on it. I've put 14 levels on him so far, and he's doing great guns. He is a replacement for Meggy, who I got stuck in the Cyclops cave roof. We glitched into the roof and could not get out, and unfortunately that was end of Meggy. I shall have to get another Meg, so I now have Peter, Lois, Stewie, Chris, Brian, and I need a Meg for the full Griffin family. But as I was saying, it's now rebuilt, so what I need to do... Funny thing. When the building disappeared, and the second time when the crafting bit that I made over here... No, yes, drink. There we go. No, try again. Yes, there we go. The crafting bit I built here, when that disappeared, so I built the crafting area so I could build some materials and then start building. I just threw this fence up. It's an ugly fence, but it was just to stop these things from wandering the way they do. All the crafting stuff and the storage, it all disappeared. I put that there last night as a test, and I made all that materials, which I actually went further than I intended to go. But the fence remained. It just, I don't know. But anyway, it was a bit of a mistake by Mr. Courtney Chan. He put his hands up. He admitted to it. He apologised profusely for it. But you know, it's just one of those things. So I need to get this lot out of the way. And yeah, no, all right. I need to get this lot out of the way so I can demolish the fence and see where we are, and then get back to building. So in a bit. And we've got the area clear. That took a bit of doing. They're all out there. There's a trough or two out there keeping them all fed. Now I need to get rid of this wall, and I have to say that this is where an S+ demo gun would definitely come in handy. Right then, I'm going to crack on with this, and I shall bring you back. Yeah. Now, what I need to think about is last time I kind of threw the building up in line with the water, which put it off. It's not what I wanted. It was kind of just threw up and then grew up organically. What I like it to be is possibly more in line with that. Straighter on this, I don't know what you'd call this, outcropping of rock. Straighter on it, or well, whatever. But I think what I'm going to have to do is build the center straight piece first. Well, I'll find a center point with a foundation. Not here, because I'm going on this. Find a center point on the this area, and put a center foundation and build everything off that foundation. Yeah. Right then, I'm going to pull this lot down. That's going to take a while. So again, see you in a bit. You may notice a slight difference with my base. It's not there anymore. They just come out okay. I got a little bit of a message on Discord last night saying that all our bases are gone. Well, all except one. The what was it? The Elven Manor was still up and running, which is Moonstones. So I dashed on here tres quick to get some troughs down just so the animals would have some food. But I threw a wall up quickly. Well, it wasn't quickly, it took a couple of hours. I had nothing, everything had gone, everything. There were a few bags on the floor, but as I was offloading them onto various tames, they were disappearing, so I have nothing anymore. So I put some foundations down, made some storage, made some crafting, gathered a whole load of materials, put the fence up, put some troughs down, got some food, got that store sorted. And then I logged on, basically, well, I think it's about sort of 10 minutes ago. And the crafting I put here, the foundations, 3 storage, just the basics, so like I made stone and all that lot, it's all gone. Storage has disappeared. The storage wasn't on foundations. What I thought initially was that the foundations were disappearing, but the storage wasn't on foundations. So I don't know what to make of it. I'm pretty gutted. I'd done a huge amount of resource gathering. I got loads and loads of stuff, and it's all gone. Let's just take that off so it's a little less cluttered. It's all gone. Courtney's in the same position, Mimar's in the same position. Siege, it happened to him first. It's a bit of a blow. It is a bit of a blow without a doubt. But you know, hey ho, it's early access, things are happening, we're not sure why it's happening. It was the despawn for abandoned buildings was 72 hours, which was if you don't log on within 72 hours, everything that belongs to you, as far as buildings are concerned, disappears. Now yesterday, I logged on, I think it was probably about 16 hours before getting the message that the buildings had gone, because I tamed a New Brian, I think it was, a 112 Griffin. So it'd been 12 hours, no sorry, about 16 hours for me, and everything despawned. And it's been probably about 14 hours now since putting these things down, that everything's despawned. But the fence hasn't. As you can see, the fence is still there, one of the ugliest fences in dark and light. So I'm not sure what to make of that. I'm sure the devs are working on it. It is a blow, but it's early access, these things happen. Yeah, but yeah, hey, let's not make a fuss about it. So that's a bit of an update. See you in a bit. Right, and there we are. The fence has gone. Obviously the storage box of the is where I'm keeping all the resources that I got from breaking the wall down. I'm going to need them. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need them. But there we have it. Now, what I need to do, see, there's a path coming up here. Yeah, it's just coming on to 10:30. There's a natural path coming up here. Now, I rather think that I want the building. I did want it parallel to the cliff, but that's going to put it on an odd angle again. Maybe I'd rather have it square. And if square makes parallel, or it meets parallel with all well and good, but I don't think it's going to. But it's getting on toward night, and I'm not going to do a new building in the dark, because that's invariably when I make the biggest of my mistakes. I'm also staying away from those rock, those things, because they do me a lot of damage on the quiet. Just sort of stood there minding my own beeswax. Next thing I know, my health's going down. Right then, I'll see you in the morning. I'd love some sleep, but I've got nothing to sleep on. BRB. Right, there's no putting this off any further. All right, I don't really want to build any further than the edge where this grassland meets the rock, because the grass I know is solid, and this rock on the left, on the right of me, or in front of me, is not. That's a bit glitchy in places. So the solid bit, this bit here, is where I want to build. It's the safest bet. Now, I want to have easy and clear access to this water. and be sort of in line with that. Wrong way. And in the, oh, that's not good. And in the middle-ish of here. So I mean that path is kind of the guideline for me. Now how does that, I hope it's not what I went on before. Wrong way. So if I have the center, wrong way again, there, it is going to put me kind of wonky. This is what I've ended up with. I did try a straight line, but to get the size I wanted, there just wasn't enough room. It just wasn't going to work. So I then decided to try and do it on an angle. It's the same size, just a little bit more compact. I'm not in love with it, but I did need the circular sections. I needed them that size, and that was the problem. With the central bit, I can have the benches I need and all the things I need where they are. It might just be a case of making them fit the best place I can. But I think this is sort of the best of a bad job. I'm not in love with it, not at all. Right then, there it is in stone. And I don't feel any better about it now. Oh well, enough moaning, let's just get on with it. Right then, that was just a bit of an update. I'm not sure about the shape of that, it's just reminded me. Never mind, BRB. This is what I mean about the snap points on these gates. They, for some reason, they want to snap along rather than on the end, and because you can't cycle through the snap points, I just cannot place this gate where I want. And at the moment I don't feel inclined to build a whole load of foundations around just so as I can place the thing. But there's nothing I can do about that. It just will not go well. I don't know what's going on. They've clearly changed some of the snap points. Whether it's the snap points on the gate or the snap points on the foundations, I don't know. But there's nothing I can do. It just will not go. I mean, if there's an option to turn the snap points off, that'd be great, but it just isn't going to work. But anyway, this is the outline as it is. Now it actually reminds me of a bird. Or a griffin. Yes. But that's where we are. I'm going to carry on building this, and I shall of course bring you back periodically, so BRB. And there we have it, without a roof on, of course. As you can see, the two wings, the circle bits, they're at 3 high. I learnt that from the last time. The central bit is too high for me. So it's got 3 high on the bottom on the wings, and then 4 high above. I may put a false ceiling in there, like I mentioned before, with the plumbing, to hide the plumbing in. I might just do that this time. I might. But there we go. Now what I need to do now is really basically just put a roof on it, and everything else that needs to go inside, which should be interesting. I'm a bit unimpressed with the gates. I really am. They're a bit of a nuisance. But I'll have another go, see if I can bring them out flat. I think I'll give that a go. I don't think it's going to work, but I'll give it a go. But there we are. I just thought I'd bring you in on that one just before we do some of the finishing touches. Well, to bring it into a building anyway. So I'll see you again in a bit. But the next problem that faced me was, how do I get from the ground floor to the second floor, and then from the second floor up to the lofts, the Avery lofts. How do I get up there? And I just forgotten to think about that. So I put stairs all over everywhere, put them all up everywhere. I've spent so much time. This is one solution. It doesn't cut into the sort of main thing is I didn't want it to cut into this too much, if at all, preferably not at all. So this is one solution. The only problem with this, I mean that's fine, the only problem with this is this getting from there to here. Now that's not a problem, I can do it. But it wasn't, I didn't like it. It just didn't work. And the other one was to come in from here, from the centre, which is that piece there, come round here, but bang, I hit my head there. That would give me this much more room to go up here. But again, what it's doing is it's cutting into this. I mean, that's not that much of an issue. I can deal with that. It's not a problem. But it's the way it cuts into here. I did this one. I did one of this central bit to be the crafting area. I had quite a lot of room originally. I mean, I could put the 2 workbenches here, the magic bench over there, something over there, storage, blah blah blah, the furnaces, so on and so forth. But the way it is now, it's just there's just no room. I suppose. Let me try something. See, this is such a horrible solution. Has everything collapsed now? Let's, can I make 2 of these? Possibly not, but we'll see. Again, it's not what I want. I want it to flow. See, there would be straight shot up, but I'd have this thing about hopping off there. Hopping on and off there, it's not really that much of an issue. But again, I mean, I'm not hitting my head there, not really. But again, it really does, it just removes this entire area, because if I was to have the other flight of stairs coming from round about here, they would meet, well, here. And that will give me absolutely no room at all. And because of the angles on these things, the triangles, it's just simply the way I've done it. I'm wondering, well, I can't, they won't be straight, this can't be done. I was wondering if I could replace those with straight ceilings, but no. I could run them off the walls and see what happens, but they're all going to be off, and that's not acceptable. I have a horrible feeling I may have to settle for this one. Oh, no, I just no, just no, just say no. I can't run them on the inside of the walls because it doesn't matter what I do or how I do it, they're always going to be cutting into each other. Let me have another little go, see what I can come up with. I don't think I'm going to do anything spectacular, but we'll never know. We might get lucky. And we're eventually back. I think I've come to, it's a compromise solution. I'm not happy about it. I don't particularly like it, but then boo-hoo. So what I've had to do is I have had to put, as you may have just seen, these stairs around the outside. And there's one slight glitch there. But it doesn't eat too much into here, and a lot of this is going to be taken up by storage anyway. But what I do need to do, let me just check on the other side. So I did this side first. It's taken me forever to figure it out. I'm not the sharpest tool in the box, as you may have gathered, but I really wanted this fixed. So let's put that there. I'm going to have to move the door because obviously with the steps there I can't access it. I just wasn't going to have the centre here blocked off. I just wasn't going to have it. So I'm going to have to take the kind of circuitous route if I wish to go into the living quarters, of coming up here and then going down here. But really, I only use this for spawning or sleeping. That's really all I use it for. Speaking of which, I'm going to have to sleep very soon. So it is what it is, and I'm just going to have to live with it. And despite numerous attempts at trying to get the gates to snap, they just will not snap. They just won't do it. They've really messed the well, I say haven't, but they've done something to the snap points on either the foundation or the gate. They've removed some or something, I don't know, but they just will not snap. And no matter how much shouting, swearing, begging, pleading, bribing, they're just not going to go. It just isn't going to happen. I've had all manner of foundations out here. They've been all over everywhere trying to get some additional snap points that might give me what I want. No, it just ain't going to work. So let's clean these up. Let's just live. I'm going to have to live with no gates for a while. Excuse me, but it does solve that problem of not having gates, of having to squeeze griffins under a small space there, across the door head and the floor. But right now I am going to crack on with this. I'm going to get this sort of finished and then see where we go from there. So I'll keep you in touch. There it is. It actually looks quite a dour grey place, to be honest. Those purple pillars will have to go. Not quite a gothic monstrosity, but it's not far off. I'm going to have to leave the obviously these open till something happens about the gates. I don't know what to do about that at all. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put such furnishings in as I can. Certainly with the doors and the windows. Try and move stuff in, but I'm not going to rush at it because I'll end up putting stuff in the wrong place, which is what I normally end up doing. But I do need to get the storage in. I do need to start offloading some of the dinos. I am sorry about that. Some of the creatures, so that I can move them around. I would like to get the griffins and basically as many flyers as I can in their various places. And I do need to put some sort of way of access to the roof. I forgot about that. Probably have to be the skylight again. Not my favourite way of doing things, but whatevs. Right then, I'll get the woodwork done. And you join me back. This is some hours later, and as you can see, the building is little more than a shell. And I'm starting to bring my tames in. I've got some metal on the cook. Some iron on the cook. I need to put some copper and mithril on the cook as well. But we're getting organised at last. I need to clear all this area out and get well, was it a barn? Would you call it a barn? We'll get that back in operation, and I need to make the pillars. It's getting foggy. But we're okay. We're in a pretty good situation. I haven't done any of the plumbing yet. I haven't done anything about the plants or anything like that. We'll get around to that at some stage, I'm sure. I do want to get those. I've got to get on the roof, and I've got to put some. I've got to figure out a way of getting up and down from there. But this is where we are. Actually, I'll show you where we is. Oop, but yeah, I have to sort that out. So we've got 2 cooking pots and 2 workbenches, 3 mortars and pestles. We have our magic table, 3 of those, 3 cats, and we have 3 large storage boxes. Oh, there's 4 there. 3 of forges, windows, doors, 2 cook pots. I think we've been there. Some more storage. I'm not going to have enough storage. Some more storage, and a griffin. And up here we have some more griffins. Are there 3 in here? No, there's 4. Let's mess the 3s up. And there we go there. And here's Chesnoo's, my little house, my little bed with chairs, tables for guests. The respawn point, did that rename? It didn't rename, did it? No. Oh well, never mind, eh? And up here we have the 3 Vroks, only 2 of which are mine. Chuckles is Mimar's, and 2 Wyverns, Accident and Vernon. Did I block this window off? I probably did, didn't I? No? Okay, let's have a window open. Get a bit of air in here. There we go. Alright, you, how you doing, mate? Oh, he's having a bit of a turn. Better go and do something about that. But that's where we are. I haven't done anything about any of the spell towers or things like that yet. Oh, there we go. I will do. What's up with you? What are you doing, man? You're not feeling well. Oh, okay. He's calmed down a bit now. I've dropped down 2 walls across there just to lower the entrance, make it look less like a gaping maw. But that's where we are, and I like it. I like it. It's lacking stuff. I would prefer it with the doors on, and I'm going to put some railings around just to give it a bit of something. And then, well, I don't know what then. So yeah, you know how it goes. Just a bit of an update after many hours. There we go. We're almost back to where we were. I do need to find somewhere to put the summoning pool, somewhere better than where it was. I mean, some of the new stuff, these things, those I forget what, steeples I think they're called. I really like them. They're really nice. And the simple wood dormer things, slanted roof I think they're called. They're not named properly. The gates, they just will not. I just gave up on those. It was just so frustrating and so annoying. And I don't know if it's, I think that's before, I don't know if it's the gate or the foundation. I suspect the foundation, but I just cannot get a gate on there, so I've just stacked a load of, as you can see, the railings. This worked out, sort of. It's better than it was, and I'm not banging, well, I'm still banging my head on the roof, so there. I'll put another steeple thingy there. These chaps I haven't sorted out yet. I just got a quick drink of water. The summoning pool was back here, but there was a problem with it being back here, that if I did have another big elemental, such as another Groot or a rock elemental, they'd be a bit of problem getting out round here. So I think the summoning pool's going to have to go out here somewhere. It needs to be somewhere that befits what it is. So I think possibly around here, maybe. It will balance the area out a bit. Hello, Rog. So that's where we are. I do like it. I wasn't all that sure. I mean, I did think it was a bit of a make do and mend, but I do like it. I haven't put the garden up yet. I'm just making some stone pipes, so I haven't put the garden on the roof yet. I will put the garden on the roof. The Nidhogg's, I don't know if they're going to stay there, because I do want to put a spell tower up there, and they may get in the way of proper operation of the spell tower. But there we are. I do like it. I do like it. Yes, I do. But I thought I'd bring you up to date, so there's old Eugene over there. All right, mate, son, how you doing? Cool. I'll see you in a bit. Just another quick update. I thought I'd catch you. I've just actually given it away, haven't I? I was trying to be so clever. I've got the garden up here all up and running, and it's growing. It's lovely. We've got all 9 crops here now. I've got 10 crop plots. The number 10 one is empty, but yep, we're all up and running. And all up and functioning nice. I got the piping sorted out better this time. It still sticks out here. Let's get rid of that box. Still sticks out there. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just the way the pipes line up, and they actually snapped in the middle of the walls, which is really good. And unlike last time, it actually worked all the way up. So it's a much neater setup this time. Much happier about it. One thing that is, I have to put that back on again, a little bit wonky, other than these ladders, as I think you can see there, is the taps through there. So the poor old griffins are getting leaked on all the time. We've got the crops up and running. They're not produced anything yet. But let me just show you how I did the piping. This is an old art trick, so the pipe is actually, it's in this wall. I don't think you can see it down the bottom there, but you can see when it runs at the centre of the wall, in the centre of the wall. And what I did was I ran it underground, there, just below the surface. So it's much neater. The downside of this is if you get the placement wrong, you can't pick them up. I mean, you can't break them. They're underground. You can't get to them, so you have to kind of deal with that. So try and get it right first time. And what I've just realised, oh, it's raining. Cool. What I've just realised is there's the possible placement for a tap inside. Yeah, that's weird. I'm not touching any keys. I don't know what's going on there. I think maybe my keyboard, it's done that before. Oh well, whatever. Might need a new keyboard. Yeah. I have finally, I've decided on a position for the pool of the summonings, and it's going to be over here. And around about here, I think, or maybe up here. Possibly actually up here would be a better one. It's slightly level, slightly more level ground. I wanted it away from there so I didn't restrict access, because it's a fair size when all said and done. So that'll be going up very, very soon. Excuse me. And everything is back where it should be. Everything is sorted. We're up and running. I've got 4 of the new mortar and pestles, advanced mortar and pestle, and 4 of those there. These are the new cook pots. They're the old cook pots, but they're the new skins. And these are the new meat racks that were the preserving bins, the larger things. So they're up and running. I've got these up and running. Yeah, they give a significantly more light than those stupid little sconces and these whatever they are, the standing torches. They're a waste of time. So we got those up and running. Nice. Okay, I missed that. Missed it again. Missed it again. Missed it again. And I keep missing it, so let's do this. Didn't miss it that time. I was in town just messing around, and I went and checked the horses to see if their health had done. There's glass in there. I didn't know that. There's no glass in those windows. Check on and see whether their health was alright, because Dobczynski here, he's not getting any better at all. This is well over 24 hours, and I think he may have put on 100 health. Something like that. Can't force feed him, can't do anything. He makes absolutely no difference. So that's a pain, but I was looking at the horse's health and I accidentally bought another horse. And to be honest, his health isn't in a much better position anyway. So they're nice, but they're useless. Still, there you go, eh? And I'm zipping along. I think that's where we are for the time being. And I shall just enjoy the rain for a bit.